weeks. We just threw him in this big cage with these dogs, and they tore him to pieces. This is a nice guy.
Well, you see, I don't believe it. I mean, if you hadn't fed a dog in 6 weeks, I mean, the thing is nearly dead and could probably hardly walk. It was probably the other way around.
Well, no, they were showing their ribs and stuff, and they just went right for him. There was another video, apparently one of his generals that was talking to somebody he shouldn't be talking to. They fed him to these hungry rats. There was like 1,000 of these rats in a cage, and they put him in there, and these things they just devoured him.
Well, you know, I mean, you got to have some form of good entertainment.
That's true. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you going to do, you know? But I really think these guys really love each other, and it's all for show, you know? I mean, that's what the news media is all about. It's all a show.
Around the world. Could be.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. It's definitely a show because they just feed us nothing but BS, and that's not beef stroganoff.
Oh, they're jamming now.
Oh, I said all the media does is feed us BS, and that's not beef stroganoff.
Yeah, I kind of like beef stroganoff. That's really went to the roof. I don't trust those Russian guys. They're kind of creepy. Because Epstein was a spook.
Well, they probably think we're pretty creepy, too.
Because Epstein was a spook.
Actually, they probably don't. They probably really like us.
So you're thinking Putin and Trump are actually buddies?
Yeah, all of them. The Chinese guy, the North Korean guy, you know, they're all buddies.
Well, they're like in like a club. They're like in a club where they're like at the top. They're at the top. They have no reason. They have no reason. As long as they stay at the top, they still get everything they want.
Well, of course. You know, it keeps the machine moving. You know, it's the machine. It's the machine. It's you know, you got the workers. You feed them. You know, they put out some kind of work. You feed them so many peanuts a day. And they go home and they feel like, you know, they've done something and they can take their peanut jar and go buy, you know, a rat or whatever and, yeah, a squirrel, you know, have some fun. They think, you know, that, oh, wow, you know, this is great. I want to go work and get some more peanuts.
Yeah, okay, so... That sounded like a Russian.
It may have been.
Yeah. So the whole thing is a big game, and all to keep the workers going on. So we can produce like he's like one of the best customers of this French company that makes this really hot spooks out there. It actually showed up in their financial reports that imports so much of this high-end spook activity. He like makes the top 10 customers in the world, and he's drinking it all himself.
Well, heck, I mean, like I say, they're all good buddies, you know, they're just putting on a show, they're putting on an act, and, you know, they make it look like this is all necessary, and they can take all our money and just use it however they want.
Well, that's true. I guess I never thought of it that way. It's like a boys' club, you know, it's like a locker room.
Yeah, it's like Epstein.
Together they just talk about how they're like screwing their population.
Well, yeah.
Share these ideas with each other. Well, you could do this, and you could do this, and then you could do this, and we'll still be at the top of the heap. And, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. It's a pretty good theory.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened with Epstein. Obviously something happened, but they used to be good buddies.
Epstein was a and Epstein was good buddies with a lot of people.
From all over the world.
All over the world, you're right. And, you know, the Lolita Express was putting in a lot of flights. I don't know what they were doing. He also had 6 different passports. Yes, that is true. I was was on one of his flights, I admit it.
$70,000 in his face.
I admit it, you know, it was weird. It was
The 80s was an interesting decade.
Well, I guess you better be glad there was at least one believer on that flight.
That's right, because otherwise,
Nobody knows.
they say he was running a huge blackmail organization, you know, he would get all those rooms where all the videos and all these young women, I mean, way too young, were visiting the rooms, and a lot of video gathered, and then he would let these guys know that, well, you know, we got some little bit of information, and so as long as you keep playing the game, everything's cool.
Roger.
That's what I think happened with him, and they just said, okay, that's enough.
Well, it could be. Yeah, it's probably true.
Like a worldwide hero. He was probably one of the best people that ever existed in the history of mankind, but he crossed some of these other people, so they vilified him.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they crucified him.
Yeah, they really did.
They really did, and they hung him. They eventually hung him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm waiting for a comic strip or something to come out showing Epstein on the cross.
You know, you're right. I think you're right. I think Jeffrey Epstein is a modern-day Jesus.
Yep, no doubt about it.
He was crucified because what was the old Jesus doing, right? He was poking his finger in the eyes, you know, of the power structure, the power elite of the time.
Yep.
That's what got him hung up there. Jeffrey Epstein, 2,000 years later, does the same thing, and they hang him. They hang him up on a cross.
Exactly.
Wow. Nothing new under the sun.
No. After all these years, it's just the same.
The same theater, too, you know, the Roman Empire. Used that Christianity to control the masses for centuries.
Yeah. Well, at least we got the freedom to choose however we want to go with that.
I don't think we have freedom. I think that's what are we free to choose? What do we really have freedom to do? We have freedom to go to work, freedom to pay our taxes, freedom to stay in line, freedom to behave the way society wants us to behave. You get too far out of whack, and somebody's going to knock you back in place.
Well, no, we got a lot of freedom. We really do. I mean, comparatively speaking, we got the freedom to choose what we want to do for work, what we want to study.
It still works.
You know, we got the freedom to choose whatever occupation we want for work, what we want to study,
It's an illusion.
and who we want to marry.
That's not true.
You mean I couldn't marry a black woman?
It's all set up. It's all set up. Your whole world, and who you meet, who you're in a classroom with, who do you meet at the library. That's all controlled.
It's just destiny.
It's already set, but it's set by the government.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they know. They take a decent looking guy and they put him in the same circles as the decent looking women, and they know nature will take its course.
Yeah, and then they publicize it because they're in all the commercials and they're the perfect role model.
That's right.
You know, and they salute the flag and they praise the president. Yeah. I mean, it's a show.
It is. Everything's a show. It's all a show.
That's right.
They're going to bring troops into Chicago. I mean, what are they going to do, really?
It's a show.
Yeah, it's going to be a big show.
It's entertainment. It's entertainment, man. You just got to look at it as entertainment. Let's go have some fun.
That's right. The question is, should we rebel against the machine?
Of course not. We should be the machine.
We should give up.
We should be the machine. We should design the machine so that we own the machine. It does what we tell it to do.
That's right, because you know slavery is freedom.
That's exactly right.
It is. Think about it.
I know. Believe me, I've known that for many years. I mean, if you know something that nobody else knows, you can get away with doing anything.
I mean, look at David John Kopke there. You know, he's railing against the machine. He will lose.
He will lose.
He will lose. If he just said, hey, I'm dumb, I just make this thing go or stop. That's it. I don't think about anything else. I don't try to scam them because they're so much smarter than me. And then they're going to get you. They're going to get you.
No, you just gotta bend and mold yourself in, and then become the machine without them even knowing it.
Yeah, well, you could just be like the average person, right? You need to get yourself a bass boat. You need to watch football and NASCAR. You gotta like root for the home team, even though maybe you really don't care. It just has to be a big scam.
Yeah, but they got some nice-looking cheerleaders, man.
Well, yeah, that's all part of the game. That's pretty much the basis for everything. I mean, what do most men want?
They want a war, they want a battle, and they want some entertainment.
Yeah, it's all about procreation and power. It's like P. Diddy. It's what P. Diddy wants.
Hey, it's all good.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, they get to sell all the beer commercials, the wine, the liquor commercials, and then you can liquor. And you know, if you think about slavery, when somebody makes you a slave, you only have to work. You don't have any motivation. Your motivation is to minimize work, right? Minimize your pain. So you're going to be like the lowest performer you could possibly get by with.
It's called delegation and control.
It's like
you're going to get this done, and you, at the end of the day,
like the worker at Home Depot. It's like the worker at Home Depot. When they see somebody that looks like they have a question, boy, those guys are gone.
Yeah, they're gone. They won't make eye contact. They are completely. They know where the exit is.
Some sort of escape path to get away from you.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to answer.
Yeah, if you look worried or whatever, and if you even try to run one down, you know, those guys can run pretty fast.
I mean, that's what do you learn? You learn to avoid pain.
Right.
You see a guy come along, looks like he might have a hard question, man. You don't want to deal with it. It's like, I'm getting out of here.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know the cues, you know, and if somebody starts coming at you and asking a question, you know, you just run.
That's like amateur radio. It's like amateur radio. How do we all behave in amateur radio?
Oh, yeah. Well, we do behave. I mean, we're pretty well behaved, Joe.
Maybe different, but a lot of them.
I mean, look at Ted. He's well behaved.
And the ones that they're responsible. And then you got, the maniacals.
I mean, Ted's the most behaved operator I've ever seen.
John David Kopke, that guy's posting stuff about his employer on Facebook. I don't understand that. He's not complying. He must comply.
That is compliant.
You get a letter from the FCC and you're supposed to be afraid, so you got to act like you're afraid. You don't act like you're afraid, they'll target you.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't do that. You just say, that's not me.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
Yeah, I wasn't on the air that year.
Yeah, and I left my phone at home.
That's right, and I am a commie. What's wrong with being a commie?
And my dog will eat you.
You're a fucking commie.
I'm an effing commie, but what's wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it.
If I'm an American, can't I be a commie? Is it illegal? I forgot your name.
That's okay, Joe.
Martini.
Martini.
Is it illegal to be a commie in America?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. It's only if they know you're a commie.
Oh, but if you
There's nothing illegal about being a commie or
I mean, we don't know if Ted's not a commie.
out there. That's what the First Amendment rights are.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there may be a lot of people on here that are commies, and they're just putting on a show.
What you do with that is another story. Over.
I mean, Ted may be a commie.
This crap's getting boring.
Getting boring with it.
That's right. It's boring.
Well,
They're getting the hook out.
Yeah. Well, we've been hogging the frequency. We should let them go ahead and have a conversation, but I don't know what it's going to be about.
I'm going to see if I can
Hey, Paulie, I hear you sounding really good there, buddy.
hardcover copy of it, 1984.
Did you get those pics? Did it come in?
Hey, Paulie, I'll get with you in a minute when this all ends here, and hopefully it will. Over.
I'll read one page of 1984.
I tried to set them last night, and it didn't.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Put too many in one, so I had to do it kind of a little.
Shut up, Joe.
I think it'd be difficult.
Good job, you're killing it. So we're putting in the flow.
I mean, I think, here's what I think, Joe. I think they do have an attention span, but it's a little bit short. I mean, they do pay attention. I must admit that they have been very polite.
Joe.
I mean,
I'm busy here right now. They've
been very polite. They've let us carry on a conversation for quite some time here, and they've been very patient. I must give them credit for that, Joe.
In the morning, and that's like an hour, and then Jesus, 20 minutes. And one man I gotta come back.
I mean, there's some good people out here, Joe. I mean, they've let us talk here for a while, and we've kind of monopolized everything here for a while. But they're probably tired of hearing our voices and everything, and we're just kind of rambling on. But I think maybe they'll stand by and take a listen. If you're wanting to read a page of 1984 every day, it wouldn't take that long. It might be interesting, and we could pick up some talking points.
Yeah, maybe we could change our voices.
Ignorant jerk.
Maybe we could change our voices and they'll be more interesting.
KK4, stupid, ignorant jerk.
I mean, we could just let an AI machine, some sexy gal, a sexy gal voice, read it off to them.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah, I mean, that would get their attention. And if they failed to let the gal read it off, but you just replay it until they got it. I mean, if you got a bad actor in the classroom, what do? You remove them from the class, you beat the hell out of them, and then you send them back in the classroom all bruised up and crying, and then you start the class again.
Excellent idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only way to handle it.
You're an ideas man. That's what you are. You're an ideas man.
Oh yeah. I've been through this too many times. You got insubordinates, you just let them have it. You set an example out of them, and then you get everybody's attention, and you just keep working on.
That's right. That's some big time jammers in there now.
Yeah, they're not having problems here.
How about it out there? Any of y'all got a copy on this radio? Anybody let me know the daggum antenna I put up on this daggum radio?
Well, that's going to be the next big thing, Martin. I'm trying to figure out how to invest in it. It's the sexual robots. Sexual robots are going to be a huge moneymaker. The Japanese seem to be leading the pack. Sexual robots, that's where it's at.
Well, I don't know. I've had such, I don't know, man. I'm not too worried about that. I mean, it's, it's risk and reward, I don't know. It sounds too easy to me.
Test tube babies.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds too easy.
I know, it is.
I mean, it's like having somebody that does everything you say all the time. You know, they never argue with you, and they're just a yes person.
Yeah.
You know, that would be boring.
Whatever you want, Marty.
Exactly. I mean, you get tired of that in a hurry.
Oh, no, the abuse level will just keep going up.
Well, I mean, you want somebody to beat the hell out of every once in a while.
Heck yeah, that's like number one.
Exactly. I mean, that would just completely destroy one element of your whole being.
Well, I'm saying there's two things. We're going to get the sexual robots going, then we're going to get the test tube babies. And once we get both of those things fully going, mankind will probably rise up and get rid of all the females.
Well, here's the one that worries me the most, Joe. Here's the one that worries me the most.
I think that's where we're headed.
Yeah, it might be, but I'm not too worried about that one. I'm really not. The thing that worries me the most is where in the heck has Elon Musk been?
Yeah, he had to cancel that big rocket launch today. They had some problems. He had to cancel it.
Well, you know, he was very vocal there for a while, and all of a sudden, you know, he's gone quiet. You know, he's kind of like in hiding, or he's planning something.
Well, yeah, he's been smooching up to the VP, doing a lot more smooching up to the VP, and now all of a sudden it appears that the Don has some health issues. Something.
Don is having some health issues? I guess he did. He had some problems with his leg, or the blood flow in his legs.
Blood flow in the legs, and he's got this spot on his hand. That he's been wearing this pancake makeup on it. They don't know what's going on with that.
Well, you know, he's getting up there in age, and you know, he probably doesn't eat right. I mean, he probably doesn't eat right.
He's too fat, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's been gaining a lot of weight. I mean, you know, I can understand it, you know.
Maybe his VP has made an alliance with Elon, and they're gonna take care of business.
That could be, you know, those kind of things happen, and you know, I don't know about Trump's wife, you know, where she's all playing in this.
Yeah, that's a good question, you know. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, maybe Melania knows some things and is pretty aggravated about something.
Yeah, and you know, she used to be a skin model, pretty much a skin model. You know, they're good people. I know they're good people over.
Yeah. I mean, it got a pretty interesting family and everything. It's a pretty big family and close-knit family, and you know, that's good stuff and all. But you know, you don't last forever.
That's right, and that's what I'm saying. It's like this whole Elon Musk thing happened, and then Elon kind of shut up, and now, you know, he said that he was going to launch that third party, but then now he's backed off of that, and he's been making noises. He's been talking to that other guy, the VP. He's been talking to him a lot, and they're kind of lined up with these hedge fund guys. A lot of hedge fund activity there. So I'm wondering if maybe at some point, maybe they're just setting themselves up for the inevitable.
Hey, Joe, the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it's the illusion of knowledge.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I was thinking about, you know, all these Microsoft data centers, and you think about, you know, Microsoft themselves, okay, and all the contractors, the businesses that are associated with the construction of all these sites. And, you know what? You know, since this is a government-funded project, how could a person invest in something like this? You know, I mean, which part of it would you want to invest in?
only thing I could think of is you would just have to follow the cronies, their investment pattern, because they're on the inside. Everyone else is on the outside.
Well, true, but I mean, you know, the amount of profits are fixed, okay? I mean, I'm sure that these are probably fixed cost contracts. And so how much profit margin could there be?
Oh, the question remains, what's their goal? Why are they doing all this?
Well, we know what the goal is. I mean, we know what the goal is. We all know that. But it's just, you know, if you were a person on the outside wanting to invest in these activities, you know, who would you invest with, and what are the profit margins, being that this is a government-related ambition?
I don't know. That's a good question, but if you think you know, what is the goal? Is the goal just complete control of populations? Is that where you're going?
Well, of course. I mean, that's the goal. I mean, that's what they've been trying to do, what they want to do, and what they will do. Not control. Well, they do that indirectly, and that objective changes almost every 4 years. Okay, when the new leader comes into focus, every 4 or 8 years, and but they all want the ability to control the information, what's getting fed to the population, and then they want to know what the population is thinking. I mean, because they want to tailor it to their own needs. You know, it's cause and effect, so to speak. You know, if you're not getting through one way, then you got to try another way, and then you got to have some way of measuring the response. And is it the response that you want? And you have to keep tailoring that to your objective. It's like a feedback loop.
Yeah, all of that's just a bunch of complex feedback loops, and you're trying to calculate the delay and the phase response of all those feedback loops.
Well, you are, but you've got everything you need, okay, because you got the media, you're feeding the people the information, and then all that information is gathered by the people, and they start communicating with their friends, and they start buying this, or they start watching this, and that's your feedback mechanism. Is it where you want it to be? I mean, you know, we get information, that's all we got. And what I hear people do is mimic the information they've been fed.
Yeah, it goes back to when somebody wrote about when Zuckerberg did the first experiments with like social media like Facebook. He was absolutely shocked that people would give up all this information about themselves. And it seems like that's a big thing. I mean, people were shocked at what they'll put about themselves on Facebook. They'll share that information almost to like an infinite universe.
Well, I mean, the plans of people, you know, wanting to shoot up a school or whatever. I mean, you find that out. You know, they're communicating it out, and they go back after the fact, and they find out, you know, hey, this guy was planning this all along. There were people out there that knew it.
Sounds like something you do.
Yeah, those are the incels. They've been studying the incels, that, you know, involuntary celibates that go on a shooting rampage. And in hindsight, they should have had an idea. They just couldn't do it going forward.
Shut up, Joe.
But now, if you have enough processing power, maybe you can do those predictions.
Boy, Barry.
Oh, for sure you could.
It's only after the fact that you know that they
This guy
are.
right here.
Yeah, Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they've got enough data now where they can have a pretty good idea. It's all probabilities. It's that movie. Remember that movie about pre-crime? You know.
Okay, but what about this? What about this, Joe?
You're going to commit a crime before you do it, and they'll arrest you before you do it.
Okay, but what about this?
What about you beating your wife? How long did you...
Okay, what about this, Joe? What about somebody out there acting, okay, publicizing that they're going to do this, they're going to do that, but never act it? Okay, they're just putting on a show themselves. Is that illegal?
How do you work through that?
Okay, I mean, is that illegal? You could say you're supposed to have freedom of speech. You can say anything you want. Okay, if you've got freedom of speech, you could say anything you want. And you could say you're going to go shoot up a school. You could do this, that, or whatever. But you never take that action. You're just. I mean, what can they do against you? I mean, is all that freedom going to be lost?
Well, there are limits to free speech.
Well, they'll make sure you don't get around to school.
There are limits to free speech. You can't make threats. That's illegal. So,
I mean, they're going to come out and question you. You know, they're going to come out and talk to you. But if they've got, if there's no intent, there's no evidence that you had the means to carry out what you were saying, what can they do?
Well, you can't make threats. I know that. I know people that think free speech is everything's free, and they're still fighting it out in court. There's a ham here in Illinois. They got sideways with the FBI and stuff over the internet. They came out there and confiscated like 5 computers, kept his computers for years. And then they finally found something on there that they didn't like, and they charged him with something. They're still dragging him through the court. I think that case has been 5 years old now.
The idea is to bankrupt them.
They got infinite budget.
Well, they could bankrupt him, but what if he doesn't own anything?
Well, that's this guy's case.
He still has to defend what he didn't do.
That's his case. He is functionally bankrupt, and they gave him a public defender. And he had that public defender for about 3.5 years. And then they got down to the short strokes right before a big trial about whether evidence was admissible and whether it was obtained legally. And the public defender up and quit. And the judge allowed it. Now the guy's got to go out and find another public defender and bring him up to speed. This thing's going to go through the courts forever. And he was one of those guys that he says, hey, I got free speech. You can't stop me from doing this. And effectively, they have stopped him. But I don't know if it's legal or not.
But he'll still be
bankrupt.
Well, he was bankrupt to begin with. The guy's kind of a knockabout. But he lives in a nice house because his parents own the house, and they're still alive, although they're very old. And the parents are getting tired of paying paying his bond and all this other stuff. This stuff's been going on for a long time. And he says he's a free speech advocate, and they can't stop him. But boy, I tell you what, effectively, they're making his life hell.
Well, they put him in a conundrum.
Oh, what started it? I guess I'm wondering what was it that he was saying?
Well, it's very similar to what you said. He said on an internet forum that he was going to go do essentially what you just said. I'm not even going to say it because I don't even want those words coming out of my mouth. And he was reported. The local police came out, took his computers, arrested him, throw him in jail, while they researched it, because it was one of these internet sites where no one really knew who was posting, and they had it was one of these sites that's hosted offshore, and like everybody's going through VPNs, and it was not clear who was saying what. But they had him in jail for like 6 weeks before he finally got out. But right before he got out, they got a search warrant, took all his computers, and then they sent him to the FBI. I guess they said they were still working on that original case, but then they said they found a file. The worst thing that you could find, the really bad porn file. They found one file, supposedly, and then that's what they charged him with subsequent. They dropped the original charge, and then they charged him with that. So it's been like a long ordeal. Now, why he wasn't smart enough to get it, to destroy all those computer records, who knows? But I mean, he would have been a perfect candidate for a sledgehammer and those hard drives all getting crushed. But
well, I mean, my point was you're going to have people that are going to press the system. They're going to push it like they do today. I mean, you see that in rioting and confronting authority. They're going to push it and see where it goes, and of course, declare I'm innocent. And so what are you going to do about it? But that's what's going to happen with this system. Okay, when we're talking about AI and the real-time monitoring, you're still going to have people that are going to push it and see how far it will go, and then they're going to report to their group, of peers what's happened, and now how do we want to act? I mean, that's never gonna end.
Yeah, it's never going to end, but I'm just saying it's really hard. Really hard fighting that fight.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. It could be very difficult. I mean, that's not the side you want to be. That's not the side you want to be on. I mean, you just shoot yourself in the foot, but it seems like there's a lot of people that don't mind shooting themselves in the foot.
Oh, it is true. It is true. Certain people have an advantage in that fight, whether you have a real lot of money or you have no money. But if you have
they move off to another frequency, I always kind of catch them intermittently. You know what I'm talking about? Or is that the one you were talking, or is that the net you were checking?
Government at him, and he came out president of the United States.
Usually on Thursday,
I don't think I have really. I think people were tired of all the giveaways, They were tired of all the free giveaways, and, them being left in the dirt, and others being pushed ahead of the line. That's what people got tired of. I mean, that's what I see.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Everybody was just
things up in my head or heard things.
It's almost like his personality was just a necessary evil. That the real reason was people were getting tired of government getting too big, too many handouts, too much this, and a lot of pushback there. I think that's really what drove it, because I talked to a lot of people that they claim to be Christians, and they say, yeah, from a Christian point of view, they can't stand Donald Trump. They think Donald Trump is a catastrophe. But from the other point of view, they think he's the right solution. And so I think that's a tough trade-off. I could just never make that trade-off, but others have.
What is to lose in that trade-off? To have a government that is honest versus one that is corrupt to the gills?
They've always been corrupt.
Well, Probably so. The way it was going, no, nobody wanted that, and it was right.
Power corrupts.
And they were.
Power corrupts. Power corrupts. It makes no difference. I mean, you know, you can't blame the Republicans all out. You can't blame the Democrats all out. They're all guilty. We're all guilty.
Well, I'll tell you what, you give the Republicans enough time and power, and they'll do the same thing the Democrats have done.
But it's real.
Well, true, but you know, we're all guilty. I mean, if they got to throw Trump in jail for something, you know, it's probably something we're just as guilty for. They're going to have to throw everybody in jail.
Yeah, but when you've got a judge and an attorney general like in that valued his home at $12 million in Mar-a-Lago, I mean, you know, that just smells to high heavens. It really does. And people look at that, and they look at those bozos on the bench and that gorilla that was the attorney general and say, no, you aren't going to do this.
Yeah, but you tell me one government out there that isn't corrupt. There are no saints, man. There's no saints. None. Every one of them are corrupt, ours included, and that's just the way it is. Do you think if you had a saint in there that they would win against the corrupt entities?
You know, what I know is that Donald Trump has been investigated in every fashion possible and has come up smelling like a rose. I mean, it actually looks like the
No, that's not true. He's not smelling like a rose. I know a lot of people, you know, that voted for Trump, and they're really, they're not happy. You know, they're not happy about this Epstein thing. But I tell them, you know, look, who knows how many Epsteins are out there? How many of them are actively doing what he did right now as we speak? And how many people are participating in that? Okay? I mean, you might as well imprison the whole population.
I think this Epstein thing is way overblown and overrated.
You would.
Well, it's hard to say, but like I say, you know, Epstein ain't the only one. You can be assured of that.
The oldest game in the world. Blackmail is the oldest game in the world.
That's the second oldest.
Blackmail has been around forever. It's here now. It's here now, and Elaine Maxwell, or whatever her name is, Ghislaine Maxwell says, I never saw Donald Trump do anything in the wrong way, and she gets transferred from a hellhole to a really nice, cushy place, and she'll probably be pardoned.
Well,
the game is played.
Well, you know, people change too. You know, I mean, we have all been linked into the party scene at one point in time in our life, and we've probably seen all kinds of things, and we may have even participated. Maybe we decided not to, and even those that have participated probably feel like, you know, I can't believe I did that. I'd never do it again. It was wrong. You got all kinds of situations, but
yeah, it sounds like
I feel like I've been
well.
Me too.
He must have had an exciting life. I didn't.
I was only on Epstein's plane once. I was shocked. I was just absolutely shocked. I kept trying to get myself invited back to check it out.
Well, he may have not wanted to participate. He just wanted to check the scene out.
I found out I was a phony.
You were a phony, man.
He found out I was a phony. Then I think he found out that I was a ham. That was it.
That was the end. No hams allowed.
You.
Joe, AI knows that you're a ham.
I know, AI knows everything. of the most intimate, personal questions you could even think of. But I don't use my real name.
It doesn't matter. They've got your IP address.
I go through
Of course. Well, it's not just your IP address. They've got the MAC address of the interface board that interfaces, that handles the traffic. That's the one. That's the one they'll get you with. Not the IP address. It's the MAC, the MAC.
You ever seen that guy on YouTube, Rob Braxton? You ever seen any of his stuff?
No, huh?
Yeah, Rob Braxton, he's like a privacy guy. Knows a lot about the phone system, the internet, and all this stuff. You should watch some of his videos. I mean, that guy paints a picture that there is no privacy anymore.
No, absolutely none.
Yeah, zero.
Exactly. It's been that way for quite a while. But, you know, they don't have the resources. They don't have the resources, that are reliable enough to monitor this real time, and that's why all these data centers are going in.
Yeah, it's all a matter of computer speed. It's all software and computer speed, and eventually there will be no way to escape anything. It will be pre-crime. It'll be the Department of Pre-Crime.
The thought police.
Anticipate your actions.
Exactly, the thought police.
We already...
But I don't mean, I don't have...
in Illinois.
I mean nobody any harm. I'm not really worried about it.
Community Act, that's nothing but thought police.
Okay, I mean, I don't worry about it personally. I'm not the kind of person that's going to go out and commit a crime or anything like that. I mean, what's the point? Why don't I waste my time spending all my time thinking about nothing but that?
What about if you're the
guy? You don't have to commit a crime to be arrested and prosecuted.
But what if you're the guy that's going to change the world? What if you're the guy that's going to push back and you're going to change the world? You won't exist. They'll eliminate you.
You mean like Putin?
Well, maybe, or like John Connor in the Terminator series. You know, he's the guy that's going to grow up to be the great general to fight the machines. But they send Terminators back in time to eliminate him before he was even born.
What you mean? That you think there'll be the new Crusaders?
Right. Yeah.
You mean there'll be those that will want to tackle on the big machine to bring it completely down?
Right.
Well, just blow the grid up.
That's right. But what if that's really difficult and it takes a lot of time and the system is preventing those warriors from existing, from those people from being able to fight back, and maybe eventually the machines win and humans become secondary. It's the machines.
There will be no John Connors.
Because they will have eliminated him before he was born, because his genetic profile was such that they just eliminated all those people with that genetic profile that have a tendency to behave in certain ways.
It's like the tree falling in the woods that nobody can hear. Never happened.
Maybe that's our destiny.
No, that's not our destiny, because things don't adapt that way. That will be the destruction of mankind. If that Creator hadn't made us in so many ways that He has done, there wouldn't be enough adaptation to survive. If you start culling through all of this and hand selecting, the species would die.
We don't evolve.
That's the way I think about it.
To get ahead of this.
I mean, it's a nice thought, but anybody with any sensible reasoning would eventually come to the conclusion that you would just destroy yourself.
That's one of the solutions of the Fermi paradox. The reason that we don't see other advanced civilizations is because eventually they get to the point where they destroy themselves.
Right.
It's inevitable.
That's right.
So
We see some signs of their existence.
so we're just dead men walking.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if the thermostat,
Well, eventually, yeah.
we would surely see some sign that they existed.
No, the universe is so large. That may not happen.
I mean, we can't see, obviously there's a creator, okay? I find it hard to believe that there wasn't some creator, but we'll never be able to see him, and or understand him. It has not been created for us to have that ability, and we never will be able to. We can try to travel to other planets and whatever, but still, it's out of our grasp. It was created to be out of our grasp.
All we can do is submit to him.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee the creator is benevolent or any of that. The creator could be an evil bastard too.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, let's look at this planet. It's pretty evil.
Yeah. We dream that the creator is a good person or a good entity. We have no evidence of that. He could just be a play toy. He could be a play toy to an advanced civilization. Some child. We could be a play toy that he's created this simulation. We're just running a simulation. We have no knowledge of it. We can't get outside of our own brain. We can't get outside of our own brain to prove that we actually exist.
The Italiano paradox.
People have asked that question. They had asked Enrico Fermi at lunch. They said, hey, the Drake equation is so strong that there should be lots of advanced civilizations roaming around the universe. And some of them might be 10 million years more advanced than us. So they're wormholing and they're using stars. They're harnessing the energy of stars. Where are they? And he started to think about what the possible answers are. And one of them is when you start harnessing the energy of stars, you screw up and you blow yourself up. Or there's like five or six different possible answers to that question. Where are they? One of the answers is they're already here, but they don't find it in their intrafarm, the place. They crossbred with maybe them and animals of some sort. That's the von Donigan solution. Advanced civilizations visited the planet many hundreds of thousands of years ago and crossbred, and we're the result of that crossbreeding. That was fiction, but there are still people that think that might be what really happened. People think a lot of stuff.
We'll never know, man. We'll never know. We are blind as can be.
We are, and Carl Sagan and that pale blue dot, that speech he gave, pale blue dot. We can dream that, like Musk is, we're going to Mars or whatever. But he was saying for the foreseeable future, this is where we live and die. So we ought to try to make it the best we can. Good luck with that.
Well, he always thought we would die by an asteroid strike. Said we live in a cosmic shooting gallery.
Well, that is true, yeah.
Well, we've had some close encounters, all this debris, that we run into every year, that the meteor scatter guys like to make use of is from objects that have entered our solar system and is attracted by the sun and shoots around it and sometimes intercepts, the orbit of, one of the planets. And, it's a gamble. It's a gamble, and nothing you can do about it. Even if you could see it coming, what are you going to do? I mean, you think about that. What would happen? What would happen? That could almost be the most unifying event that could take place. Say, there's some object out there of such mass that if it collides with this planet, it would just totally destroy it. You think that would be an event that would unify everybody?
I hope so, but
dinosaurs went
I hope so, but I don't know if that would happen.
I don't know, man. I bet it would happen. I mean, because if you think, that, hey, we're all doomed, we either all survive or we all perish.
You look at that moon.
That's how you measure.
You look at that moon, even with just a pair of binoculars, and you see all those pock marks on there, and you go, ooh.
Bye, dinosaurs.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be an interesting event. I mean, that would capture a lot of people's attention, I suspect.
Bye,
Yeah, if you think about it, the world should be together trying to come up with a way of blasting an asteroid that's headed for us to try to blast it out of our path.
Well, yeah, that's about all that these rockets they got are of much use of these days. You either annihilate each other with them, or you try to use them to survive.
Seems like that would be a unifying thing if there was a one world government. From the old George Bush speech, a new world. That would be a reason for there to be a new world order. But when you start talking about that, the pushback is huge because we're on the top of the heap. We're on the top of the heap, and there's a new world order. That means everybody else is probably coming up, and we're probably going down.
Right.
Frightened me.
Yeah, that'll never work.
Well, but if there were a reason for there to be a new world order, it would be some externality like that. An asteroid that they can see it's coming, and it's going to hit us. A new world order to bring all of the civilizations together to come up with a solution.
It'd be an act of God.
Oh?
That would be an act of God to hurl something towards us in a sign of unite or be destroyed.
Yeah, it seems like if there was a reason. There was a reason for us to start working on that. Maybe that's where George H.W. Bush was going. Maybe they saw some of the close calls. Maybe we haven't heard about all of the close calls. And they have, and they know them. And they're saying, we can just keep rolling the dice and fighting between ourselves, or maybe we could, mount a new world order. Man, did that scare people.
Well, what would scare somebody really to unify would be some object coming at you, and it's either you destroy it or you get destroyed, and no one country has the capability to destroy it.
Well, the problem we would have is we distrust each other so much that there would be a huge argument about whether it's real or not.
No, I think the science community is quite a bit more in agreement with one another. I know a lot of
agree with that.
People that study things work together quite well.
Yeah, we got a current environment right now called climate change. And look at that. Look at what that's turned into.
Yeah, look at what Neil deGrasse Tyson says. He's an idiot.
Well, you could say he's an idiot, but climate change is real. And
Well, it happens all the
it's not real.
time.
There's a classic example. Climate change may eliminate humankind. Eventually. It may eliminate us, and we can't agree on it.
Well, Joe, we have had climate change.
Yeah, we've had climate change for a long time.
Yeah, but look at what we've done. We dug the carbon out of the dirt, and we used it for energy. This carbon was gathered on this earth slowly over millions of years, and we're releasing it really quickly.
Yeah, free.
Well, maybe it'll work itself out, but there's a lot of people saying that it's not.
Well,
Actually start doing something across the globe, we're going to have a big problem.
well,
We can't get agreement on that. I mean,
Technology to fix
I mean, we're only going through. I mean, really, we're only going through 34.6 trillion barrels of oil a year. I mean, what are you worried about? 100 million barrels a day, you know, world consumption. And, I mean, heck.
Shut that off and see what happens.
You know, all in the name of progress. I mean, all we're doing is we're using a lot of that energy just to fight each other.
Then you can get on your Flintstone bike and increase your own energy.
Coming and
Get on your
all the
bicycle.
scientists, like 95% of the scientists say, oh,
Get on your
this is
bicycle
going to
and
get
start
us.
pedaling.
That's like climate change. Climate change, 95% of the scientists say we got to do something. They're still buried in a political argument, and it would be no different if that satellite or that asteroid was headed right for us, like an Earth killer satellite or asteroid, and there would be debates there. That 5% of the people would say, "Oh, that's just scaremongering. We're just doing us to, they're just trying to keep us down. Another country will believe, and another one won't." So it'd be the same thing.
Asteroid coming.
I'm wondering if George H.W. Bush didn't see close calls in the past, that information that maybe we haven't gotten, the public hasn't gotten, and he said, "My God, we better do something. Otherwise, we're toast."
No, I don't. I mean, we've had some close calls, but they weren't enough. The probability of it is pretty low, but it doesn't mean that it couldn't happen. But no, I mean, who's going to give up all their luxuries?
Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's going to happen without a barrel of oil. You're not gonna get it from solar or anything else. I mean, all the products that are derived from a barrel of oil. It's never gonna happen.
We're a classic example of it.
Yeah, exactly. We're the biggest example. We're the biggest consumer. 20 million barrels a day. China's it's got 4 times the population, and they use about 16.5 million barrels a day. But yet, look at the output. Look at the gross domestic output that they produce with that.
Yeah, and look at us. We're sitting here, 3 people talking. We can be talking on our cell phones using about 50 milliwatts each. I'm using about 800. You're using whatever. I mean, we're using on the magnitude of 1,000 times what it would take to have this conversation with digital techniques, digital modern communication techniques. We're using 1,000 times that amount. And yet we can't get our head wrapped around this problem. And we know it. We're smart enough to know we shouldn't be using 1,000 times the energy to be, but we do. Why do we do that? Well, it's really complicated, and it's history and tradition and all this other stuff. But I mean, we're a classic case of it, and we kind of understand it. We kind of see it.
This is more fun than talking on a phone.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so having more fun is more important than assuring that humans will still be around 1,000 years from now.
Well, not everybody's going to agree to that, though, unanimously.
That's exactly right. It would be the same thing if an asteroid was bearing down on us.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, I know so. There would be people that would say, oh, it's just fear-mongering. They're trying to take away your freedom. They're trying to do this. They're trying to take your guns away.
Initially, they might say that, but when they saw that thing coming, it would change their tune.
Well, but it's all about the data, and who controls the data? It will be government.
Yeah.
Well, you'd see it with your own eyes.
Yeah, but by then it's too late.
By the time you see it, you're gone.
By then it's too late. But that may be the best thing, you know? I mean, in reality.
Maybe they know if that was the case, civilization would just break down. Chaos. It would just be chaos everywhere.
Oh, there would be. Well, that may be the best thing, really, Joe. I mean, really. It may be. I mean, because if we're just going to destroy the planet, what's the sense in us existing, continuing to exist?
Oh, panic would ensue.
Hey, you're starting to get me to look for the mushrooms. So it's all
psychology class.
Maybe we're worrying about nothing to really worry about.
Launched nuclear weapons, broadcasted over the intercom. You want to see chaos. That was chaos.
War of the world. War of the world. You know, the aliens have invaded.
We're all going to die in a week. What would we do? Every little infraction that someone committed against us, we would seek revenge. It would be murder. It would be slaughter.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't think that would happen.
Oh, I know it would happen. There's so many old scores. Countries would attack other countries just for the fun of it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
They would. They'd say, hey, it's all over with anywhere. Launch the nukes.
All I can say is you better not be on Joe's blacklist.
Yeah.
He's coming after you.
He's hard.
I bet Joe's got a blacklist here, 7,200 blacklist that would encircle the globe.
I'm still thinking that Vladimir Putin was switched out.
Joe's got a blacklist, man. He's going to take everyone out.
Trump got him in the back of that beast. They shoved him down in there and they popped the other guy out. And they said, we got a new Vlad. He's going to act tough, but we got him because he's our guy.
He's not a very good guy.
Well, but you can't just switch. I mean, I would say, what the heck happened to you, Vlad? I mean, so... Hey, I think the same thing I think happened with Kim Jong-un. You know, he was Billy Badass there for a while. Now he's been kind of quiet.
Well, you know, you can also ask the question: are these leaders, these so-called figurehead leaders, really the ones in control?
Oh yeah, that's a huge question. You sometimes really wonder.
Well, I mean, they can't make...
Just like an actor, you know, he's just kind of playing, and there's some committee somewhere making really all the decisions. It could be.
There
it could very well be. I mean, one person alone, you know, can't really make decent or educated decisions on all facets of life, and so he's relying on others to help him make an indecision.
Poor, stupid, ignorant jerk.
You know, I mean, he can't just himself be running the show.
Poor, stupid, ignorant jerk.
Well, there are people that have said that you can't leave the future of the earth to the average voter. It's a scary thought. Because essentially what it says is that a voting populace really can't make the decisions that need to be made. And it needs to be made by something more powerful, more logical. And so maybe it's all a game, or maybe eventually it will be a game, and our constitutionally limited republic just won't work in the future. The decisions will be too hard, the data will be too hard to obtain, people won't be able to understand it, and so you're going to have a benevolent leader, or leaders, that are going to have to make these really tough decisions that are really complicated, and a voting population just can't do it. That's possible. It's possible that you can't leave some of these decisions to voters.
True.
Gasoline.
No, there's no doubt about that. I mean, you got too many people trying to make a decision. No decision will ever be made.
That I think with climate change, I think that's what's happening with climate change.
Well, that's why we don't have democracy. You know, we don't vote on everything. This climate change, sun goes up, it gets hot. Sun goes down, it gets cool. There's your climate change.
Well, thank you.
We have summer, fall, winter, climate change.
95% of climatologists believe climate change is occurring. We don't know if it's even possible to change it.
They're scared because of far-left liberal scaremongers.
Well,
It's a political issue. We can't talk about the science. We
Well-
need to say that, it's just a political maneuver to hurt our country because we're energy this or energy that. And so we can't even get to the discussion of the science.
no.
It's all bogged down in the politics.
No. You can look at it a different way. I mean, you make it sound like you're in fear of change. You know, you're fearful of change, yet change always is taking place. Even if it's self-induced change, we're so adaptable. You know, even species are adaptable for the most part,
Yeah?
that, this is just the way we're going to move forward, Joe.
Yeah, well, if you're living in Florida, you might not be living in Florida in 100 years.
Well, that may be the case. So what? Who cares? I mean, there's civilizations that are covered in water. And they weren't burning fossil fuels.
Well, that's right.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to worry too much about it.
Gasoline.
Because, I mean, change just takes place. And we're not going to give up what we've got now. We're going to try to move forward, whatever that means. And, we just have to adapt to it. We just have to learn to adapt to it.
The discussion is that it could get to a tipping point where you cannot reverse it. And there'll be land mass while we're you're probably right, but it could be 200 years from now. Countries would have disappeared underwater.
Jesus Christ died for nothing. I suppose.
What was the theory in Waterworld? There was, I think, a big nuclear exchange, and it heated everything up, and there's no land anymore. Everybody's living on a boat.
Well, hold on.
Jesus Christ died for nothing. I suppose.
To melt, are you saying it would cover the whole globe?
It would largely reduce the land mass. Yes, there would be whole countries that would disappear.
Well, some of the Pacific Islands and Indian Ocean Islands and things like that would go away, but
there's hundreds of millions of people that live there. Where do they go?
Well, I mean, if it completely submerges Russia, I'm not going to cry.
I know, because it's all in the future, right? And we know our life span is limited.
Don't welcome home, didn't last too long. Got to work with his last job.
Be dead long before then.
And you know he took to stealing when he got that deal. Got some $100 over top.
To do that, yeah.
Was a hole in daddy's arm where all the money goes.
I mean, you know, businesses, you've got a lot of businesses here in this country, you know, that are so large, they will underbid jobs so as to squeeze these other companies out of business, out of existence, and then they'll come in and offer them, you know, to buy them out, or if they're capable of surviving, they only get the subcontracting jobs. You know, these are tactics that are used by a lot of companies these days. They're so big they can absorb taking a loss in an area that's controlled by, you know, their adversary. And they'll purposely lose money because they can absorb that loss only to turn around and capture that whole area.
Contracting all the time. We were told to bid on things when we didn't even want to bid on things. We were told by the customer, you guys need to bid on this. We can't do it. We're not good at it. They said we need somebody to keep the other guy honest. Right? That's what it is. You gotta keep the other guy honest.
Right.
The reality is maybe there's only one company that can really do a good job.
Yeah, sole source procurement.
There are cases where that is the case, you know, I mean,
If there's no one there else that can do the job, then they have to.
look at what happened to the tanker contract. The only two companies in the world that bid on that tanker, the KC-46, was Boeing and Airbus. And the reason that it was only Boeing and Airbus is because the tanker was going to be a derivative of a commercial aircraft converted to a tanker. And there's only two large commercial aircraft builders in the world. There used to be three, but now there's only two. So when the military said we need a new tanker, they were confronted with a strange scenario in that they had to bid a U.S. company, Boeing, against Airbus, a French company, essentially. And that was quite a problem because Airbus knew that it was very unlikely that the U.S. government would go to a French company to buy their fuel lift capability. But they still needed a competition because they didn't want to go through the hell of a sole source justification. And what happened was, once Airbus was in the game, they just kept undercutting Boeing. And they cut all the profit out of it for Boeing. Boeing has lost, $2 billion so far on that program. Probably going to lose $3 billion total. And that was all by design by Airbus. They said, look, we're not going to win this contract, so we might as well make Boeing take a hit. And that's what they did. Because the U.S. government couldn't go to Congress and said, we're going to do a sole source procurement. Congress was not in the mood for a sole source procurement. And Airbus took advantage of that. Now, Boeing's just been losing on that contract. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's an interesting story.
Well, I know guys that worked on the proposal, and when we put in our final bid, I remember being in the bathroom talking to a guy that came back from Seattle, and he was on the proposal side for a certain segment of it. And I said, do you think we're going to win? He says, I hope we don't. And I said, why? He said, we're going to lose $3 billion on that contract. Because Airbus is going to make us lose $3 billion.
Oh my God. government, man.
Well, Boeing was told you're going to win
There's
the
a hole in the
contract. You're going to take the financial hit.
all the
Now, what
money
Boeing
goes.
thinks is they're going to make it up in long term. 20 years
Jesus
from now, they
Christ
might
died
break
for
even.
nothing.
That's the whole game.
That's the proof.
Shut up, you fucking faggot.
There's a hole in the battery, all the money goes.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, they had the option to just say, forget it, we're not interested. Now who are you going to go to?
Well,
Yeah.
when a big part of your business is the government, you really can't do that.
You know he took your stealing.
Well, there's companies that have, and you might be right. I mean, there's management in companies that have tried to fight that issue by just saying to the government, you know, go to hell. No, we're not going to cut our own throat. And so get along.
Well, look at the 12 program. Dick Cheney came into St. Louis and he canceled the program for cause. We would not get closeout fees or any of that stuff. And so, when they cancel for cause,
You're a faggot, Joe.
all those losses were borne by General Dynamics and McDonnell Douglas. McDonnell Douglas and General Dynamics went in front of Congress and said, we're going to go under. We're going to go under and all our existing military programs are going to be at risk. So you got to cut us some slack here somewhere. So they went on and that whole thing was in court for over 20 years. It went back and forth. We would win a court case and then they would win a court case. And just drug on and on. And in the end, McDonnell Douglas cut a deal with the FATs on the cheap. And General Dynamics did something else on another program. And they just covered it up with paper and said, forget it. And that's what happened. But it took 20 years in court. We were still maintaining all of the files of St. Louis. I mean, we had rooms, big rooms filled full of file cabinets with all the drawings in them and all. And a lot of that stuff was done in 1988.
That's how the story has been told.
That's very true. Blueprints. Blueprints. The government couldn't say, well, we canceled it for convenience because the Soviet threat went away in, 88, 89, and that aircraft was designed to make buildings disappear in the middle of the night with no radar signature anywhere. That's its whole design, and Cheney at the time realized that, we don't need this thing anymore. Now, they should have finished it because they spent a whole bunch of money and they could have used it. In 2001, its use case was right back on the table. So, again, being short-sighted, And now they have aerial refueling off the carrier deck, and it's autonomous. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Where'd they cancel, Joe?
So the A-12 Avenger in 1990.
Okay.
They call it the Flying Dorito. It was a stealthy carrier-based bomber.
Nobody can complain.
It's not interesting, but that's right, the Flying Dorito. That's what it was called.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It was first called the ATA, Advanced Attack Aircraft, and it almost bankrupted two of the largest defense contractors in 1991. Almost.
As Boeing got out from underneath the Starlink, or not Starlink, but I don't know what you call it, the shuttling people to the space station.
Oh, I don't think so, but I don't know. I don't keep up on that stuff.
Yeah, space station ain't gonna last a whole lot longer. They're gonna knock that thing out of the sky, man. I mean, all the hardware is obsolete. You have no more spares. Yeah, they're just gonna let that thing. They're gonna put it on orbit to just disintegrate over the Pacific Ocean. That's gonna be a hell of a sight, man. You know, I bet there's gonna be a lot of folks that are gonna pay big bucks to watch that show. And I don't think it's in the very far distant future.
Is there anything to replace it?
No. I mean, it's gonna be toast.
Does it need to be replaced?
Well, who's gonna replace it in the current situation? I mean,
No, I mean, do we need it?
well, that's a good question. I mean, what are they doing up there? You know, what are they accomplishing?
Well, they were supposed to be experimenting with, manufacturing things in low gravity situations, and supposed to be able to add to our capability of producing various materials that we can't do on Earth. I don't know. Is there no success there? Maybe not.
Maybe not enough. You know, growing plants and new drugs or whatever. But you know, we're on the edge of space. It's only really the edge of space.
It's worth the squeeze.
It's probably not worth having.
If you just don't spend that extra dollar, that it wouldn't have paid off. How do you ever make that decision?
You don't know. Look at the purchase of Alaska. Station's already in there. I mean, everybody calls it foolish folly.
I mean, it's like a leaking dam, you know. You gotta plug the holes, and the systems are. You're not gonna replace them. You know, it's not worth. Well, you know what's involved with that, Joe. I mean, you know, what are you're gonna have to create something form, fit, and function, and certify it all, and for what? There ain't no money to do anything. This country's broke. It's flat broke. You know, $36 trillion. What's the interest rate on that payment? They're broke, babes. Broke. This country is like a hog with all four legs tied up. They got no wiggle room. Get it through your head. Open your eyes.
Keep making it worse every day.
Yep, every damn day. You guys are suckers. Suckers. Yeah, just wait till it slams you right in the face.
We're Scotch holders.
Don't want to admit it. This country is like a hog with four legs tied up, no wiggle room.
That's another example. It's another example that the government can't solve certain problems with the current political environment. Maybe it's just our system. Our system is going to fail that way. It was never predicted to fail that way by the founding fathers. But it seems like it's impossible to tell people we are going to, to finish ourselves off with this debt. No one can seem to get together to fix it. There have been attempts, right? We had the balanced budget amendment back in the day. We had automatic cuts that came in. There were 10% cuts across the board, and it did seem to work. Man, we're so far away from that now. It's just a spending contest.
The only other resort that any country has gone to when they get into this kind of financial distress is a WAR.
Yeah, that's it.
That is it. We're bound to, guys. It's going to be one hell of a war. And if we lose, we're doomed.
It's in the Bible.
That's all it comes down to. No way out of it.
In the Bible.
So you might as well have a good time. You might as well enjoy your radio and get along.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me
but chaos. It'd be more chaos.
The drugs and the dopers will go out anesthetized.
All we're gonna do is sit here on 7200 and have a good time. Baba Booey. AFIN.
Okay, I'm depressed. I'll see you guys later, maybe.
You'll have a change of heart, Joe. There's hope. There's only hope that it'll end.
We're either going to drown in debt, or we're going to drown in real water because of climate change, or we're going to get hit by an asteroid, or the world's just going to keep going like it's going, just screwing up every day, and it's going to get worse and worse, and everybody's life is just going to get worse and worse. We'll kick off, our kids will just, with our legacy, they're going to say, thanks, Dad, thanks, Grandpa. Oh, it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, but there's got to be some way to make a profit out of it, Joe. You know, you got to, if you can invest in the right things, you know, you'll still come out rich.
Nations shall rise against nations.
So not all hope is lost, man.
I think it is.
It's like birth pains.
And on top of all of that good news, we got the government firing up all these processing data centers that are going to consume all this electricity, and no one knows what they're going to use it for. They're probably going to be using it to control us. I mean, the situation is beyond bleak.
They're going to drain the water system.
Yeah, I mean, they are going to consume a lot of power. I mean, like I was saying earlier, the only way to bring them down is just to wipe out their energy source all at once.
They're going to drain.
And then they're dead. They're just dead. Or you cut off their water supply, you know, their cooling supply.
Everybody thought the electric vehicle was going to kill the grid. And boy, did that change quick. Now they're saying AI is going to kill the grid.
Well, AI and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
AI's already been instructed to
Why is AI a threat to the grid?
Because the amount of electricity it takes to run it.
Look at those facilities, Microsoft Data Processing Centers. Look at the size of these things, guys. They're going up all in this country, all states. In Europe, in Australia, in Japan, Hong Kong, India, Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan.
All of this to have that AI-powered pornography on the internet.
Yeah, we're getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, you can tell it your preferences and you get the perfect movie.
There's always something to look forward to.
This has been a very depressing night. Tomorrow, so I'll forget about this.
Really, it'll make tonight look like nothing. Yeah, he'll probably Biden will get blamed for it.
They need to produce over what we're producing now.
Placed upon them a ribbon of violence.
Yeah, we're going to need more than 20 million barrels a day consumption.
There are estimates that AI will consume so much power, it's just off they really don't even know how to measure it.
Well, they're going to let us suffer. You know, there's going to be power outages. You won't be able to run your AC unit.
Well, the reason they say it's going to consume so much power is they say the efficiency of AI outstrips humans. And it's just like, it's off the charts. You can spend another $1,000 on AI, whatever, whatever, and you get like $10,000 worth of labor.
Well, you know, invest in power generation stations.
Well,
That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be some good investment to make some money in, Joe.
but it's very fragmented, and no one knows. It's early in the sequence, right? So you don't know. You know, it's like 1999 when people were inventing anything with the dot-com.
I received this month.
They were all making money, and in 2001, they were, you know, about 90%.
Not just one who is perfect.
China's going to take our power grid down.
Well, you can look on that list I told you about. You can see all the new ones that are coming up. They're being built. They're planned.
Has chosen to stand apart.
I mean, you know, they're not even half done, and of course, there may be more.
And I accept this path.
They may need a lot more than they think they need.
That I may keep the memory of that which was lost.
We're talking about the future.
Yeah, this is the future.
The future is hard to predict.
I mean, you got to store all that porn on
to the truth.
That's right. I'm telling you, sexual robots are going to be the killer app. Sexual robots and test tube babies.
Oh my God.
Once you get that test tube babies, one side is either males or females are going to rise up and smite the other group.
It'll be a battle of the sexes, is what you're saying?
It's going to be a huge worldwide war. The females against the males, and we'll see who wins.
We'll probably lose.
There are people that say the males will lose.
We will lose.
Once the female can have their offspring without the male, they will rise up and smite us.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt in my mind we'll lose.
He's starting.
We lose no matter what, even now. Yeah, we lose.
Because that sex will dominate.
Oh yeah.
They'll dominate the sexual robots, so it'll be over with.
We're all gonna die.
It's gonna happen. I mean, there's gonna be a battle of the sexes. That's gonna happen. As soon as one side realizes they can get by without the other, it's over with.
I mean, I'm telling you who's ruling the White House.
Yeah, the only one that listens, the only person that Trump listens to is Melania.
Exactly, that's who I was gonna say. She's the one that's running the show.
People identify as a cat.
You know?
Who'd Biden listen to? Meow, meow.
I don't even think Biden knew what was going on at all.
I think he was kind of out of it.
We've had that before.
Yeah. That's probably a good thing.
We're trying to predict the future, sir.
It's really tragic. What if you're a kitty cat? Is it tragic? It's
I
tragic.
also claim that we will rise up and wipe out all the other species on the earth in our own defense. You know, we should have taken COVID. We should have taken COVID as an example. I mean, wherever that thing started, whether it was bats or whatever that other little fuzzy animal was, we should have realized that there's going to be a disease that's going to come from an animal, and it's going to potentially wipe us out. So since we are dominant, since we have dominance on this earth, we should wipe out all these other possible threats.
No, that's not true.
We love the kitty cats, and we should love the dogs and all the other animals in the world. We came real close.
No.
Real close to getting wiped out. Look at AIDS. Right?
No, you're looking at this wrong. No, you're looking at it wrong, Joe. No, that's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen because you got too many people that say, oh, isn't the doggy cute?
No, the diversity in the gene pool.
Son's face off.
It's the diversity in the gene pool. No, there will be those that will survive it. There will be those. That's the way it was designed. No, it's not fatally flawed. No, I mean, look, you had the Black Plague and all these other things that have come through history, and it didn't wipe out civilization, Joe. No, you're thinking wrong.
Feral pigs.
They may rule us before it's over, but there's enough diversity that we will survive it and build upon that.
I don't know. They want to take that advice.
I'm telling you.
Uh-uh.
Several times. examples where these viruses, diseases are coming from animals, and they're crossing over. They cross over the species line, and they put the hurt on us.
Of course they do, but
at some point,
that's always happened.
Realize here, guys, we got an opportunity.
No, we do not.
To dominate this earth.
No, it's just going to happen, you know. I mean, the weak die and the strong survive.
Oh yeah, we'll never take the appropriate action because we got a bunch of people that say, "Oh, look at the cute little chimp. Well, look at that woman that had a chimpanzee that ended up biting her face off."
I can read your mind. Well,
Joe, you worry too much.
When you have the advantage, don't you strike? Don't you strike when you have the advantage? We're sitting here flat dumb and happy and said, "Oh, we just almost got wiped out."
What now?
Almost got wiped out by COVID. Oh, let's just keep doing the same thing, guys. You know those wet markets in China? They disappeared for a while. They say they're right back. The wet markets are back.
That ain't where it started from.
Oh, well, okay. Maybe it didn't start there. Where did it start from?
Well, there's too many people anyway, Joe. I mean, there's too many people anyway.
Came out of nowhere and fizzled We're all gonna die.
There's too many people anyway, Joe.
The AIDS pandemic that came from monkeys or something, people mishandling monkey meat or something, or than that. And then you got Ebola. You got all these other diseases that have crossed over the species line. And those are the bad ones. And we're just sitting here just waiting for the next one.
Well, that's the way it is.
You
need to go out there and eat some monkey meat, Joe.
Why not? We have the advantage. We have the technology to eliminate every species on this earth except for us. We have that technology. We want to. We need to.
No.
I believe that we have won the game. Humans have won the game on Earth. Isn't it true that we have won?
Hey, mankind has tried to eradicate the coyote. Mankind has tried to eradicate coyotes for years and has never succeeded.
Look, this AI is going to eliminate millions and millions, maybe billions of jobs. We're going to need work for these unemployed people. I think they should be assigned for species elimination.
There you go.
They're going to be killers. Their job is to kill all dogs, all cats, all whatever, gophers.
Everything.
To eliminate them, they're going to hunt them down.
Cockroach duty.
Everything needs to go except for humans.
Yeah, I mean, they need to go after the cockroaches, the rats, everything.
That's right. That's dominance. Isn't that dominance? When you win the game, you dominate.
Well, the Bible says that God gave us dominance over everything else.
That's right. And I think if there is a God, he was giving us a hint.
God.
If you guys don't realize this, I'm going to wipe your dumbasses out.
Well, he made all the other species, though, too.
We'll wipe each other out.
If you win, you should benefit.
Well, we're going to let you take the charge. You know, we'll give you the drum, the drumsticks, and the flag.
What was the point of it if in a sneaky way the monkeys are the whatever those things were called?
Okay, look, Joe, you can use that flag on your web page. You can use the flag. We're going to give you a drum, some drumsticks, and a flag. We're going to let you lead the charge, and you can use that flag on your QRZ page.
I don't understand why it's such an abhorrent idea. Every time I mention it, people just attack.
No, it sounds like a good idea.
We should eliminate all
We're going to let you lead the charge.
Why is it such a weird idea?
It's not. I think we need to start in Mexico.
Well, I think we're going to have a lot of unemployed people when AI gets going, and so we should just assign them to species elimination.
Yeah, cockroaches and rats and...
Look at what was it? The black plague. That came from a flea that was on a rat, right?
Yeah, we could let them kill all the fleas and the ticks.
Other animals or
Let's start on Lemon Tree Lane in Collinsville, Illinois.
Get a bad name.
That's probably true. I mean,
Took that giant cockroach that lives on Lemon Tree Lane in Collinsville named Joe.
and they say it's a very efficient way of producing meat.
And spiders, man, spiders. I mean, look at how many spiders there are, Joe.
We have the technology to eliminate all of those species. We have the
Yeah, I mean the nuclear bomb.
Funnel web.
We need to use a nuclear bomb.
when you have the ability to eliminate a risk, isn't it your duty for future generations to eliminate those risks?
Yes, the use of the nuclear bomb.
Well, if that's what it takes.
I agree.
It's not stupid. You wait. Next pandemic.
Yeah, Joe is getting radical.
In the next 5 years. Everybody's going to
Joe is getting radical.
Maybe we
He's
should have
having
done
to...
something. Maybe we should have done something instead of sitting around going, oh.
You see, he was getting really depressed. He was almost speechless.
What was the big
We had Joe in a state of just total shock.
Killed us all.
We brought him down to where he was almost speechless, and then now, so that he can recover from this, he's got onto this wild tangent that we need to destroy everything.
Yeah, but it works.
Except mankind.
It's a good integrated solution because we're going to have all these. What are we going to do with all these unemployed people when AI gets going? What are we going to do with all of them?
Well, Joe, it sounds to me like you don't have enough problems to try to solve.
That's right. We're going to have this excess supply of labor, and we're exposed to these pandemics. And we've seen it. We sit there and watch them, and then we go, oh, that was a close one. No, we should be doing something about it.
Well, then they hire these doctors, and they come out with these vaccines and try to save the world, and we should just let people die.
Wait a minute. There's all these guys out here. They're never going to take a vaccine. They're never going to take a vaccine. If another really juicy pandemic comes along, it's going to kill us by the millions.
And if they live, they live.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're making it more complicated than it has to be. I mean, if it...
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Black Plague. I mean, either you lived or you died. I mean, they'd be carting dead bodies out all the time.
Bring out your dead.
Those were the good old days, Joe. I mean, that was party time.
Well, if that's the case, then why don't we just all turn into dope addicts and drunks and no one go to work and just sit here and burn up whatever we have and then say, oh well.
Plan. I'm working there.
It is a plan.
It is a plan.
It's a plan for failure.
You're just worrying too much about it.
Joe, calm down.
I'm telling you, that pandemic taught me something. I don't trust any animal.
Man, I'll tell you what, Joe, you just hate animals.
We're going to send you some rattlesnakes. What you need to do is start a rattlesnake farm.
That'll be the first. Be the first to go. I only trust my doggies.
Yeah, I mean, you have a farm of rattlesnakes. You can, milk them and then send the venom off. You'd be doing a good deed for mankind.
It's going against what you just said. If you get bit by a rattlesnake, you must be stupid enough to get bit, so maybe you just need to get out of the damn gene pool.
Oh, you're worried about all this stuff, and you need to come up with a solution. I think you need a rattlesnake farm.
I'm trying to solve the problem of future unemployment and the potential to get wiped out by a pandemic that comes from another species.
It could be a rattlesnake. It could be something that,
Start from there.
You need to start a rattlesnake farm. You need a ranch. You need a rattlesnake ranch. I talked to a guy in Brazil one time, and that's what he did. He had like 1,000 rattlesnakes.
Oh, that would be easy to get 1,000 snakes.
Yeah, no, I mean, he had a ranch. It was a ranch. It was a rattlesnake ranch. I'm not joking.
See, I don't believe in this biodiversity thing, you know. They say, well,
I mean, here this guy had 1,000 rattlesnakes, and you're worried about just a small ranch, maybe 100 or so. Well, we'll send you some rattlesnakes.
No, I just think we go to him and say, hey, you're the first hire for our anti-species crusade. You're gonna whack all those rattlesnakes. Here's a lawnmower, just run them over.
Well, he may be fond of them, you know. He may have some favorites.
I always wonder about people that like animals so much. I've known a lot of people, they say they like animals more than people.
Well, what about that guy that's in jail, you know, Tiger or whoever it is?
Tiger?
You know, that Tiger guy, I think he's a gay guy, you know, the Tiger or something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was looking for a pardon from Trump.
Well, if he's a nice guy and he's willing to donate to the Trump campaign.
Well, he's in jail. He was locked up for something with the, you know, having these tigers caged up.
Oh. Maybe the tigers were they're undergoing a prison sentence for some bad thing they did.
I don't think so.
Could have been.
What's that guy, Joe?
Everybody gives animals a free pass.
Didn't he have your first name?
Everybody gives animals a free pass. They could do anything. They could do anything, and they say, oh,
okay,
well, what did you expect?
Joe's an animal molester, so.
You live in an urban setting. When you're in your vehicle and you see a squirrel, you know, jot out in the road, do you try to avoid it, or do you just try to run over it?
Oh, no, I try. I've stopped my car before, and people behind me are tooting their horn. I'm waiting for the damn squirrel to get out of the way.
Okay, I was just wondering.
I mean, I don't believe that you should kill them in a bad way.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
I mean, we could probably give squirrels some sort of birth control, and they'll just eventually die off.
Well, the hawks around here do a pretty good job on them.
Yeah, we got those here too. They're here now. They used to not be here.
Yeah, I saw a group of them migrating a couple of years ago. They just decimated the squirrel population here, and I was afraid they were going to roost across the street. I mean, under everybody's nose, they were just wiping out squirrels. And they're migrating. They've already started to migrate to the hummingbirds. You think we ought to just wipe out the hummingbirds, too?
That'd be the first I'd blast, man.
I think, you know, we got a lot of hummingbirds coming through here. You think we ought to just wipe them out?
Yeah, they're sneaky. They're always hanging around your windows, looking in your windows.
Peeping Toms.
You're looking at their reflection.
Maybe. I'm telling you, we get another couple of pandemics, and people are going to start latching on to my idea.
It'll never fly.
It will. It'll have to.
No, it won't.
People are going to say, what are we doing? When we have the upper hand, you move. It's a strategic move.
They won't drop that low, not ever.
Well, it's low to try to protect the future of your species. That's a low thing.
Well, you don't wipe out the species. You find the whatever is causing the illness, and you develop defenses for that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what
we're not
been
that
doing.
good. I mean, it comes at us from all these different angles.
That's supposed to be the humane form of action.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. See, we all pat ourselves on the back and we say, well, we're being humane.
War and murder all kinds of people.
Well, it's like a preemptive strike.
So, I mean, you know, what is the right thing to do? I mean, we should, you know, try to save them and murder them?
Well, let's just use an example from recent history, like 1945. You know, we were confronted, apparently, the U.S. government said they were confronted with the situation of going island hopping to defeat Japan. and it would cost hundreds of thousands of American soldiers. And what did they do? They dropped nukes on them.
That's because we got it first.
Oh, well, we got the upper hand.
We got the upper hand. That's
Joe,
exactly
Joe,
right.
we
But
were
what good is
killing
it
more
now?
Japanese with the
What good is it
firebombing
now?
than they did with the nuclear weapon. They
See,
just wanted to show
everybody's
the
got
world
it
that
now,
we
so
had
what
it.
good is it?
Well, what I'm saying, though, is that just those two bombs were an example of what could happen if they continued to fight. And
who's gonna have the next? What's gonna be the next
when you have
thing? Because the atomic bomb is history.
Yeah, but isn't it? I mean, we're talking here about this cross-species stuff. This is dangerous stuff. We're not good at it. We're not good at fighting this cross-species stuff. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, we are. We've always won.
We've always won, but it's always cost us huge. So what's the number of human lives you're willing to entertain to lose in order to keep all this biodiversity? What is that number?
Wait a minute. You were talking about the number of humans that have to disappear because of AI, and now you're worried about a germ. So
well, what I'm saying is,
two-thirds of the population.
If we don't have a job for all these people that we're eliminating the jobs, what's going to happen?
I don't know.
It's going to be war. That's what's going to happen. When people sit around and get bored, what are they going to do? They fight.
Well, I mean, the country's already hog-tied, you know. We still ain't got the hog untied.
We're scotch-hobbled.
I'm telling you, we have the advantage now. We should take care of this cross-species problem. They attacked us. These guys attacked us. I believe.
Personal friend Joe.
I believe that this stuff was that's how they're striking back. They don't have opposing thumbs or opposing fingers, so that's why they fight dirty. They fight dirty.
Well, they're mindless bugs that are doing that, Joe.
Well, but what are you going to do about it, Patrick? If we just sit around and we're a punching bag, we're just a punching bag for all these other species, eventually someone's going to say, wait a minute, why don't we do something preemptively? No one wants to think about that because we've got this fantasy. We have this fantasy that, we didn't affect the world. We get along with all species. Bull. We wipe out species all the time just by our development.
I'm glad we've got a military dog.
Joe,
I'm glad we got a military dog.
Yeah, we can't fight anything until it manifests itself.
Hey, Joe.
And we gotta have a military dog. They can't. Blah, military dog, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
I love you.
Okay, so you guys don't want to do anything. You're just a typical American. Let's just sit down, watch my football game. And there's building data centers everywhere, which is going to take all my personal freedom away. Going to take my job away. My kids' jobs are going to go away. You got all these animals. All these animals are going to be constantly testing our defenses. And you guys just want to sit there and watch college football and say, wow, that's really cool.
No, we want to watch cheerleaders.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It all comes back to sex and procreation, which makes my point. Makes my point.
We're glad you're happy again.
I'm not happy. We need to get the sexual robots developed. We need to get the software perfected so that they don't rise up and kill us. And then we need to get test tube babies going. And we're going to have one classification of the human that's going to survive, either females or males. And that's going to be it. And we will wipe out all the other species on Earth. And we own it. Then we truly own it.
What are we going to eat then?
We'll have genetically designed foods that will taste just like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Hey, Joe, and what event?
Okay.
We can win this thing, but we're trying to play to lose.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we'll have steak night or.
Somebody tell Joe.
I mean, what the hell are we gonna eat?
We can design our own food. By that time, we could We can mimic the taste of whatever our taste buds are. Heck, we could genetically design our taste buds such that we'll like eating, dog crap. Who knows?
Soylent Green. Soylent Green.
Hey, Joe, what about?
That's true.
Soylent Green.
Hey, Joe, what about?
Soylent Green.
Say hey to you, Joe, my personal friend.
Soylent Green is people. That was the end of that movie, right?
Charlton Heston.
Hey, Joe, are you ignoring me? And what about?
Soylent Green is people.
Soylent Green is people. That was the last line of that movie, and it was very important. It was a big message. Do you think?
Ignores you, that is power.
Do you think that if we continue to let all these other species exist, you don't think eventually they're going to take us out?
No. Joe,
You really don't think so?
How long have we been here and they haven't done it yet?
You're right. And we've never been able to take them out.
We haven't tried.
Yes, we have. We tried to eradicate coyotes.
No, that's not true.
Yes, we have. We've created a fleet or whatever to try to keep them alive. And which still troubles them. Where some of them have absolutely no fur at all. I'm not joking.
And an AR-15.
Furless
In the winter.
They've shot them. They've tried every means they can.
Look.
And it's been always unsuccessful.
We're going to have millions of people that are unemployed, and they're going to be assigned coyote eradication. Their whole life will be hunting down coyotes. We'll do it by piecework. You'll get paid by the coyote.
Yeah, I'm messing pussy. Bounties on them.
That's right.
Yeah, they've already got bounties on them.
And if we apply them, and they'll come out with all kinds of advanced technology to fool the coyotes.
Bounties.
Yeah, that's we're going to have AI coyotes that are robots. They're going to be out there trying to lure them out in the field. We're going to have like nuclear weapons or some sort of massive, maybe chemical weapons that go up against them. We could take them out. We just have to focus. Our problem with as humans.
Weapons that would be spread all over the tundra.
But we know we have. If when we focus on something, we usually accomplish it. The problem is we don't focus on it. We're going to sit around here and wait for the next damn pandemic. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to come from. It could come from birds. Look at what's going on with the bird flu.
It's going to come from the lab.
In suburbia, everybody's got their damn bird feeders. And the wildlife biologists are saying those bird feeders are the reason that the bird flu is spreading like crazy.
Yeah, lab warfare.
Well, we're doing just the opposite of what we should be doing.
Well, we should use these unemployed people as specimens to see how effective some of this stuff is.
Oh, we could do that. That's a good idea.
Should be doing.
I mean, the government's done that before.
So we could take some of these unemployed people and we could inject them with bird flu to see what happens?
Well, I mean, the government's done this before.
Try to
Tuskegee experiment with the bird flu.
Bird flu is bad news, man. Look at what they're having to do with these egg farms. I mean, now they say to get into these modern egg farms in America, you basically have to go through a whole cleaning. You have to go. Your whole body has to be processed because they're afraid, that you're going to be taking in bird flu on your feet. Now these modern chicken houses, these not hatcheries, they're just the egg places. They have to make sure there's no way that a little sparrow could get in there because that sparrow could have bird flu.
They're luxury pads.
Well, it shows you that when you don't take action, you just keep paying the price. And look at the price of eggs. I noticed the price of eggs did go down, but it didn't go down as far as it used to be.
You know, the problem is, they've got too many of them in one place. They need to let everybody have and own. They should insist that everybody have and own chickens.
Man, they got to raise it up. No more than 6 chickens per month. Neighborhoods have chickens that just kind of roam around. And the way they do it is wherever they lay the egg, that's the person that owns the egg.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
yes, there is.
If you can coax the chicken into coming and
there's chicken crap everywhere.
Your property, then you win the reward.
There's chicken crap everywhere.
Well, that's all right. Well, there's a lot of nitrogen and ammonia.
Fertilizer, man. It's kind of like, isn't that like shingle water?
That's shingle water.
The answer is to genetically design chicken eggs where we don't need the chicken.
Well, the thing is, I mean, the problem is that they're congesting these birds in the small areas that, create these situations.
Well, but the problem is everyone in suburbia is increasing bird flu by concentrating birds at feeders, just like they're increasing white-tailed deer wasting disease by feeding them. And because normally they're grazing animals, and they kind of stay away from each other. They stay in herds, but they don't get right up on each other and eat, because they're grazing. So we're doing just the opposite of what we should be doing. But everybody says, oh, it makes me feel good because I'm feeding the birds.
Yeah.
And our price of eggs go up because now...
Around very long, Joe.
What?
No, they migrate.
What migrates?
The birds.
There's a lot of birds don't migrate. They're here all year.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, most of them do migrate. I mean, there's not a lot of them that hang around, all year round.
They say now if you're an egg farmer, you basically have to run a complete clean room. That's how you're raising eggs, in a clean room. There cannot be a sparrow. A sparrow cannot get onto your property where he poops on the ground. One of your workers steps on it and goes into the birdhouse, goes into the chicken house. That will wipe out the whole flock.
Range chicken. You know how much room that defines?
You need to design the chicken where it doesn't need any legs or any wings. It just produces an egg.
It's not even alive.
Oh, that would be okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about wiping out all the animals, and then we got nothing to eat, so we're going to have some genetically made food.
Yeah.
But we're going to let you take charge of it.
Well, but look at what happens.
Designing ham operators with no brains.
This is what happens when we rely on nature. You used to be able to have, 1,000 chickens in just some chicken house laying eggs. You can't do that anymore because sparrows and all kinds of other birds go for the food, right? They're going to go for the food, and bird flu is everywhere, and it gets into the damn chicken house, and there goes 1,000 hens. They're toast.
No. This guy made a good point. I mean, they need to start eating the hams.
Eating the what?
The hams.
Oh, that's just all fat.
No, the ham operators.
I know it's all fat. Especially the head area. We're just not being very aggressive. No, humans won the race on a planet Earth. Humans won. And we're not acting like a winner.
No. I don't think we are winners.
You see a lot of winners when you're out in public? We just don't act like we've won the game, and we're playing to lose. That's what I don't get. We need some bold action.
Bold action is nearsighted thought.
We need a new direction.
They say bird flu is everywhere. It is absolutely everywhere. But what are we going to do about the eggs?
Well, we need to quit buying them and just raise them and just slaughter them, yourself, and have them lay eggs and take control of the problem.
Small-scale farming does not work.
Yeah, it does.
It's very inefficient.
No.
Yeah.
They'll eat the bugs. They'll eat all the bugs that you are all worried about. Anything that invades your yard, they will take care of.
If you had chickens on your property, that dog would be eating them.
No, the chickens would probably eat the dog.
I don't think so.
No, the dog won't. The dog can be trained.
They say, I don't know if it's true, they say once a dog tastes chicken blood, it'll always be a chicken killer.
Well, then you kill the dog, you get another dog.
Oh, yeah, they're going to make you head of ice.
Yeah.
Is that you, Christy? Didn't she shoot her dog? See, maybe I should be backing her because she knew that you got to start getting hardcore. She shot her dog because it did. Yeah, so maybe she could be a leader of my new movement.
That sounds like that's the person you would select.
That's right.
She is qualified.
She has experience and she's got what it takes to make tough decisions. See, that's a problem. Whenever we wait for a political solution, we'll never make a tough decision. It's just too hard to do it. You can't make a tough decision politically. If you're forced to, you'll have to lie about it. What if the next pandemic that comes through, we just decide that, well, the population isn't going to go for vaccines, so we just don't develop a vaccine and we know it's going to kill, 20 million Americans. Are we going to do that? Yeah, we're going to do it.
Well, I'm looking at all these shootings, I mean, are they having shootings, they're reporting on the news every day now?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much every other day we have what's classified as a mass shooting, which I believe is 4 or more. So yeah, we're there. Pretty much every other day we have a, quote, mass shooting.
Yeah, it seems like it. Do you think we need more?
Well, we have 100 people per day killed in car crashes in America, and we allow that.
Yeah, well, we're not. Yeah, you're right. And they never get reported.
They get reported locally. But they're diverse and diffuse. So it's not all at once like a plane crash. But we have the equivalent of a plane crash every 2 days of people killed, and far worse than that because the number of injured is just huge.
Right.
Number of people injured in car crashes is off the charts, but it's almost like they want it to be like a food chain for the hospital system.
Well, that and the insurance companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they both probably work together.
Yeah, but we have technology. We have known technology that could probably cut the number of deaths in car crashes in America in half. We have known technology to do that, but we won't do it because the public says, well, I have the freedom to do this, and I have the freedom to do that. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, then the undertakers would lose business. I mean, they start griping.
Okay, I've had enough of this fun. Hoping the market crashes tomorrow so I can forget about all this good news. See you later.
You giving up early, man. Look how high the market went up.
I know, I gotta go.
I mean, you ought to be just, look how high it went. Almost 1,000 points. 850 points for crying out loud, man.
Watch what happens when interest rates come down.
Well, it'll still be all right. I mean, they got to do that because otherwise the debt's going to kill us even more.
Yeah, I wonder if Jay Powell thinks about these things.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he's trying to keep everything from just going down the sinkhole under his watch. He really don't care what anybody thinks. He just doesn't want that to happen under his watch. He don't care what anybody else says. He ain't gonna listen to the noise.
He's listening to everything that I've sent to the White House on email.
Well, that's good. I hope. But he doesn't want to be blamed if everything goes down the sinkhole.
I'll take full responsibility.
Well, I guess we ran old Joe out of here, y'all. He just threw in the towel, man. Can you believe it?
He lasted longer tonight than normal.
He just gave up. He's a giver-upper.
Well, you know what? He started talking negatively, and it sucked the energy right out of him.
Yeah. He just can't handle it. The guy just can't handle the stress.
He's an old man.
Yeah, we're going to have to work on him a little harder. Poor guy. Anyway, 5 a.m.
I don't know, but that was a good discussion that you guys had.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was all right. It was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was certainly different for 7,200.
Well, you never know what you're going to run into here, that's for sure.
Well, you got that right.
He's going to run into an ID.
Well, I did that just a second ago, 5 a.m. I've been trying to do it regularly. Well, good night, everybody. We'll catch you again another evening.
All right, well, 73.